Yeah.
I'm in silence.
And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the December 11th, 2024 County Commission meeting. I would ask everyone to please rise. We will have the invocation by Commissioner Bolton, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by our County Clerk Roxanne Holloway. And just a reminder to please silence your cell phones. Commissioner Bolton.
Thank you. Heavenly Father, as this is the last prayer I will say as a county commissioner, I want to thank you for the privilege and honor to glorify your name before our meetings all these years. I know that love came down on Christmas Day, and love brings us together now to share the fellowship of the last commission meeting of the year. We ask you to bless our meeting and time together and future meetings to come. Bless all who have gathered here. We remember those we have served with who are not with us today, but who remain with us in spirit. As we look back over the year with grateful hearts, we thank you for all our employees and request your continued strength and support. We look to our communities and are thankful to you for their prosperity. We observe our county and have joy in our hearts at how rich we are with the many resources we have at hand. With grateful hearts, we thank you for all the blessings you have provided us this year and know your blessings will continue in the future. We pray for peace and unity in our families, our friendships, communities, states, and nations around the world. Grace us with your love and excited anticipation this holiday season as we slow down and enjoy our world around us. Let us look into our hearts and see just how truly blessed we are. In his name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Bolton. And thank you on behalf of the commission for the last years. We've been praying here together and the 10 years previously when I was here. So we appreciate you doing that thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Commissioner Bales,
Present.
Commissioner Bolton,
Present?
Commissioner Collins, Commissioner Jenkins Arno, Commissioner Krasny,
Here.
Commissioner Martis, Commissioner Stimson,
Here.
Commissioner Tillotson, Commissioner Van Doren.
Here.
8 present, 1 absent.
Thank you, Roxanne. Approval of the minutes of November 13, 2024 would be in order.
If there's no additions or corrections, I move that they be approved as written.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bolton, supported by Commissioner Collins. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Petitions and communications.
I do have a couple.
Okay.
I have one resolution from Iosco County. It's regarding the Region 2 Area Agency on Aging. And I have 2 that we received from the U.S. Taxpayers Party of Michigan. One is protecting the United States borders and upholding the rule of law. And the other is the nullification and remedy of the 2020 general election. And that's all that I have.
Administrator. Commissioners. Thank you.
If there are no more additions to the agenda, I would move to accept it as printed.
Second?
I have a motion to accept the agenda by Commissioner Tillotson, supported by Commissioner Bolton. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Introduction of special guests.
Have a whole room full.
Yes, they all are.
Oh, your room full, that's correct. Limited public comment. This is for comments on any item on the agenda. I didn't have any form sent up to me, but is there anybody here who has limited public comment for agenda items? Public comment. Okay, thank you. Resolutions and proclamations. First proclamation for Drain Commissioner Escott to be presented by Commissioner Stimson.
Jenny's unfortunately not able to be here today. She had surgery this week and isn't feeling that well. Nothing life-threatening of that nature, but she did indicate, maybe I'm turning this on. Can you hear me okay? Okay. She did indicate she wasn't going to be able to be here. So the roast that I had planned to say about her, I will not be able to do. So I thought I would read to you her resolution about her service to the county. The resolution reads as follows. Jenny Escott began her dedicated service to Lenawee County in 1994 as an account clerk 2, and through hard work and commitment advanced to the role of Deputy Drain Commissioner in 1997. Jenny has served with distinction as the Drain Commissioner of Lenawee County for the last 9 years, exemplifying exceptional leadership and unwavering dedication in the maintenance, improvement, and oversight of the county's drainage systems, flood control initiatives, and water management infrastructure. Throughout her tenure, Jenny Escott successfully facilitated numerous projects, skillfully addressing challenges and significantly contributing to enhancing environmental sustainability and improving the quality of life of the residents in Lenawee County. Jenny's unwavering commitment to public service, professionalism, and collaborative spirit has earned her the respect, admiration, and gratitude of her colleagues, local officials, and the community at large. So now, there be it resolved that the Lenawee County Board of Commissioners proudly recognizes and commends Jenny Escott for her exemplary service and her outstanding contribution as the Drain Commissioner. With heartfelt appreciation, we honor her accomplishments and extend our warmest congratulations on a well-earned retirement, wishing her happiness and success in all future endeavors. I so move.
I have a motion by Commissioner Stimson, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Discussion. Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Stimson.
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson.
Yes.
Commissioner Van Doren.
Yes.
Commissioner Bales.
Yes.
Commissioner Bolton.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno. Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis is absent, so 8 yeas.
Resolution passes.
If I just might add one thing. For those of you who don't deal with the Drain Commission, some of the agricultural nature of our community deals with her quite frequently and a lot and understands that. But even in the cities, Red Mill Pond in Tecumseh, which is my district where Jenny's from, that area, she has been instrumental in maintaining the dams, the waterways, the rivers. She's been part of the largest redevelopment of a sewer system out by the lakes that the county's seen in the tens of millions of dollars. She's done an outstanding job and she's to be commended. I wish she was here to receive that honor.
Thank you for that, Dave. Yeah, Dave has served on that drain board for how many years?
A lot.
A lot, so thank you, appreciate that. She does do a great job. We have a proclamation for Jim Behrman to be presented by Commissioner Collins. Sue doesn't want to come up, okay.
Front and center, Jim, front and center.
This one's a bit special for me. Not only have I been involved with Jim and what this proclamation will tell, but I worked for the Adrian Police Department and Jim was my ultimate boss. He was the mayor of Adrian during some of the time that I was on the police department. Better known than the police department as Grip and Grin. So, whereas Jim Behrman has selflessly served the Adrian and Lenawee County communities for 10 years as Mr. Christmas, bringing the magic of the season to life to the Adrian Lenawee County community tree and the Comstock Christmas Riverwalk. And whereas under Jim's leadership, the community tree has become a beloved symbol of holiday cheer and togetherness, gracing the front lawns of the historic Lenawee County Courthouse and bringing joy to countless residents and visitors. And whereas Jim's vision and dedication have united our community through his annual tradition, fostering partnerships with sponsors and collaborators to make the community tree a reality year after year. And whereas Jim Behrman is a former mayor of the city of Adrian, has long been committed to making Adrian and Lenawee County a place where community spirit thrives, and his work on the community tree has been an extension of that commitment. And whereas through his tireless efforts, Jim has inspired a sense of unity and holiday cheer, leaving a lasting impact on our community and ensuring that the spirit of the season shines brightly for all. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Lenawee County Board of Commissioners, on behalf of the citizens of Lenawee County, do hereby recognize and extend its deepest gratitude to Jim Behrman for his years of dedication, service, and his significant contributions to the joy and spirit of the holiday season. And be it further resolved that we honor Jim Behrman for his exceptional commitment to community, cheer, and unity. And we wish him the very best as he retires in this role so far, knowing his legacy will continue to inspire joy and togetherness for years to come. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Bolton. Discussion. Commissioner Krasny.
I'd just like to add that I've had the privilege of knowing Mr. Berryman for a decently long time and still to this day have the privilege of serving on several boards with him. And I've learned a tremendous amount, and Mr. Berryman is a very special man in our community. I'm very thankful to know him.
Thank you, Commissioner Krasny. And Senator and Mayor, on behalf, we go back how many years? Too many, I think. So anyways, I remember when you first got started, and that's when I was chairman before, and you were organizing and getting it going then, but we appreciate all you do for us. But thank you very much. Always good. Hey, Commissioner Bolton.
Yes, I just want to say, Jim, thank you so much for your service to the community throughout the years. I had the pleasure of serving with you and enjoyed the time on the city commission. And what you have done for the holidays around Adrian has been substantial and exciting. The last lighting of the Christmas trees downtown were beautiful, and I truly appreciate all that you have done throughout the years. I know there's a lot of many workings behind everything that you do in order to bring that to fruition. So thank you so very much.
Any other discussion? If not, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Stimson,
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson,
Yes.
Commissioner Van Doren.
Yes.
Commissioner Bales. Commissioner Bolton.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno. Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
8 yeas, 1 absent.
Resolution passes. Congratulations.
Okay, he said to say something, but quickly. My wife didn't come up, but obviously, there are many, yeah, Susan, please stand, at least stand up. Thank you. Thank you. The only thing I want to say is, as was mentioned, there are many people behind the scenes that help make this happen. The expertise, the equipment, other than putting lights on the tree, it's all donated. All of the work that goes into making this happen. So I want to make sure I won't list them all because it'll take too much time, but want to thank them and also thank my parents. They are the ones that instilled in me. I'm one of 7 children, 6 boys and a girl. They're the ones that instilled in me the responsibility not only to one's own family, but to a community to do anything that you can to bring a smile to someone's face. And if that tree out in front, when people come in, if that brings a smile to someone's face or a little warmth to someone's heart, it has been all worth it. Thank you.
And now we have a proclamation for election workers, clerks, inspectors, and poll workers. So on behalf of the commission, the administrative staff, and the county clerk, if we step up here, we'll and ask any of the workers, welcome to come up and join us. Election workers, come on up. Wow. You should be over here with. Hi. Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
Is there anybody left to vote?
Here. Okay. Come on up here, Carol. Okay. Whereas the foundation of a democratic society is built upon the right of every eligible citizen to vote, and the integrity of the electoral process is essential in ensuring that this right is upheld. And whereas clerks, election workers, election inspectors serve as the backbone of the democratic process, performing critical and often unseen duties that ensure elections are conducted fairly, efficiently, and transparently, from registering voters to processing ballots, verifying results, and ensuring accessibility for all citizens. And whereas these dedicated public servants contribute countless hours, often working long and irregular shifts, to ensure the integrity of our electoral system, often under demanding and high-pressure conditions, all while upholding the rights of every eligible voter. And whereas the work of an election workers, the election inspectors, and municipal clerks reflects the highest ideals of public service and is crucial in supporting our community's active participation in the democratic process. Now therefore be it resolved that the Lenawee County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim December 11th, 2024 as a day of recognition and honor the hard work, dedication, service of our election and site coordinators, county and municipal clerks, election workers and inspectors, and all those involved in the early voting of our community, and to express our gratitude for their tireless efforts in safeguarding the integrity of our elections. Be it further resolved that we extend our deepest thanks to all the election workers, election inspectors, municipal clerks, and their tireless contributions and steadfast commitment to the democratic process. I so move this resolution.
Second.
I have a motion by myself, supported by Commissioner Bolton. Discussion. Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Van Doren.
Yes.
Commissioner Bales. Commissioner Bolton.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno. Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis is absent. Commissioner Stimson.
Yes.
8 yeas, 1 absent.
Resolution passes.
That night syrup.
Oh.
You saved my backside.
And then Carol.
I just want to let everyone know how hardworking and dedicated our team in Lenawee County is, from the county to the townships and just the inspectors, our early voting coordinator, Michelle, and our site coordinator, Andrea, or Sam, as we call her, but everyone pulling together as a team. It takes a team to get this job done. And everyone up here and those that couldn't make it today, it's very important, a job to them, and they work hard. And not to mention, there's others involved. The sheriff's department was with us with the security when it came to that. IT helps us out with everything. There's a huge team that goes into this to make our elections successful. And we have a great team here in Lenawee County. So, thank you. Thank you. One more thing, if you want a copy of the proclamation, let us know and we'll get you that too. So, okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne. We have a proclamation for outgoing Commissioner Bales to presented by Commissioner Jenkins.
Okay, it's my privilege to present this, this award or this recognition today to Commissioner Dawn Bales from District 4. I've gotten to know her quite well over the last 6 years as we've served together. I've called her many times to say, what in the world is going on? I've asked her advice and just different things, and it's been a really good relationship. And we have been seatmates for the entire 6 years as well. So it's just been a real honor to serve with you, and it's a real honor for me to be able to present this to you this morning or this afternoon. It says Commissioner Dawn Bales has served as a commissioner for Dover, Madison Charter, Fairfield, and Seneca Townships from January 1st, 2015 through December 31st, 2024, showing dedication and commitment to the community. During her time in office, Commissioner Bales has worked tirelessly to represent the best interests of her district and has been passionate advocate while serving on many boards. Lenawee County's success has been shaped by the active involvement of its citizens with a lasting impact from those who serve. Therefore, the Board of Commissioners would like to express our most sincere thanks and appreciation to Dawn Bales for her outstanding service and the positive impact you've had on our community. Dawn, we wish you all the best and thank you for your many years of dedication. And I move this proclamation.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Jenkins Arno, supported by Commissioner Collins. Discussion. Thank you, Dawn. You did a great job over the last years. Appreciate it. So
There you go.
if not, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Van Doren.
Yes.
Commissioner Bales.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Get to vote on your own.
Hope so. Okay. Commissioner Bolton.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno. Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis is absent. Commissioner Stimson.
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson.
Yes.
8 yeas, 1 absent.
Resolution passes.
Say something. Kind of tall for me. I'll put this down. Is it on? I brought a Kleenex. So honestly, I poured my heart and soul into this job. I'm honored to represent my district as well as all the citizens of Lenawee County. You know, there's always a beginning and then there's an end. I'm not going to go away. I'm still going to be a part of this county somehow, some way, to be able to help the citizens. You know, I know we all represent our constituents in our districts, but please remember, I wish the best to the new commission, but please remember, we're voting, every decision we make is for the people, the citizens, all the citizens of Lenawee County. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a proclamation for retiring Commissioner Bolton to be presented by Commissioner Stimson.
I could go on and on, KZ. Come here, love. I have had the pleasure, the honor, and the ultimate respect for this woman for many, many years. I've been able to serve with her on various different boards in our community for, gosh, almost 25 years. I have learned a lot from her. I have learned a lot about how to look at things from multiple perspectives and how to see the good. You've always been a person with a belief that that cup is half full, and you always believed in people and the goodness. What this is in your resolution is all the projects. I had the pleasure just this last week, she resigned from Community Action Agency Board. And about 30 minutes after reading all the things that she had done for our community, from setting up federally qualified health clinics to helping individuals throughout the course of the city of Adrian, to your time of service with the city of Adrian, it's been an amazing journey to be able to be part of that, to be able to see that and to learn from you, KZ. So thank you so much for all that you've done. This county owes you a debt of gratitude. I'll read the resolution. It's the Lenawee County thrives because of the participation of its citizens in the governance process. The success and effectiveness of this process are shaped by skills, dedication, and passions of those who served. Commissioner Carol KZ Bolton has consistently been an essential member of numerous boards, providing invaluable insight, experience, and direction, while also being a devoted advocate for her district. The Board of Commissioners officially honors Carol KZ Bolton for her exceptional service and steadfast dedication to the community as Commissioner for the East Side of the City of Adrian from January 1 of 2002 through December 31st of 2024, 22 years. Thank you for your service. I move for the adoption of this resolution.
I have a motion by Commissioner Stimson, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Discussion. Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Bales? Yes. Commissioner Bolton? Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno? Commissioner Krasny?
Yes.
Commissioner Martis is absent. Commissioner Stimson?
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Doren?
Yes.
8 yeas, 1 absent.
Proclamation passes.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to say my remarks until the commissioner comments at the end of the meeting, so I don't start crying right now. So,
Thanks, KZ. A proclamation for retiring Commissioner Jenkins Arno, soon to be State Representative Jenkins Arno, to be presented by Commissioner Krasny.
Well, I am a little bit saddened, but this is going to be a lot of fun for the next couple of minutes. And in the wise words of Johnny Cash, I'll take as long as I want for this one. But Commissioner Collins and I share a lot of things, and today we are sharing something that we are giving these proclamations out to two people that could give the proclamations out better than ourselves. Is that correct, Mr. Berryman? Can I get you on record? So I've known Nancy since I was 28 years old, and you probably wonder how old I am because I look a lot older than I actually am because I've been in politics a while. But Nancy really means a lot to me in my life, and she's helped me out with a lot of things and a lot of mentorship over the years. She probably won't claim too much of that, but she has impacted my life tremendously. Sometimes people accept her quiet demeanor as a sense of softness, as somebody who's quiet and not sure of themselves. I can tell you through the years of working with her, that is not the case at all. And as we know that oftentimes politicians talk too much and should work more, she's definitely one of those people, and she's a very diligent worker. The chairman would attest to that. She's very detail oriented, and she's a fighter. And that's sometimes what you need to have. And although she doesn't give long, rambling speeches like a lot of politicians, she's there as a worker and as a fighter, and sometimes that's what you need. You need people fighting for the values that you have and that are entrusted to you in that office. And she's just been going back to the famous Fifth Monday forums here in Adrian. We would be on panels where we'd have to discuss various topics that a lot of times the people that show up are the people that complain about or are very angry about certain things, and there's a silent majority out there. So we've done that together, to countless fair activities, to Morenci bridge walks, you name it, but Nancy's been there, and she is not retiring. She is continuing on back to Lansing to represent us and many of our values. So I'm greatly appreciative of that. I think small part of me gets credit for constantly, Nancy, you should do it again. We really need you up there. So anyways, you want me to read the tribute? Is this one I should read, or should I keep on going on longer? Well, on that topic, recently I neglected to mention this, but this proclamation goes to Lenawee County Commissioner Nancy Jenkins Arno. But let me mention the Jenkins part, that her mother and father were so impactful in this community and constantly and diligently donating their time, treasure, and talent to helping our community to what it is. And so, not to go too much on that, but just I think so highly of her and her family. I'll read the proclamation now, Jim. Sure. Nancy Jenkins Arno has served as commissioner for Rollin, Hudson, and Medina townships, along with cities of Hudson and Morenci from January 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2024. Commissioner Jenkins Arno has demonstrated unwavering dedication, leadership, and service to her district, and has been a vital member of many boards. Lenawee County depends on active citizen engagement with the success of governance shaped by the dedication and enthusiasm of those who serve. Therefore, the Board of Commissioners formally recognizes Nancy Jenkins Arno for her outstanding service and dedication to representing our community. We are grateful for the invaluable contributions you have made to Lenawee County. Nancy, we wish you continued success in all of your future endeavors, and thank you for your years of service. Signed, the Lenawee County Board of Commissioners. I so move.
I have a motion by Commissioner Krasny, supported by Commissioner Tilton. All right. Discussion. I'd just like to say, Nancy, we go way back. As a matter of fact, I ran against Nancy, and, you know, the people of Lenawee County got the better choice there, you know, moving ahead. But after that was over with, I had a couple opportunities with Governor Snyder to do a couple events with Nancy, and the governor said to me, "You don't know, Jim, what a strong advocate Nancy is for the people of Lenawee County." So, I mean, it speaks highly for what the respect that you had up in Lansing. So congratulations, and we're glad you're going back. Not that we're not glad you're leaving the commission, but we're glad you're going back to Lansing. So anybody else? Would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Bolton,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno, Commissioner Krasny,
Yes.
Commissioner Stimson,
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson,
Yes.
Commissioner Van Doren.
Yes,
Commissioner Bales. 8 yeas, 1 absent.
proclamation passes.
All right, as Dustin says, I don't like to talk a whole lot, but so I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for the people of Lenawee County, especially the District 3, for allowing me to represent you on the county commission for these last 6 years. It's been a true honor. It's been a true honor to serve with all of you. You know, just to see the inner workings of the county, it gives me a great appreciation for everyone who, from the top to the bottom, the elected officials all the way down to all the employees, and all the work that they put in to make this county run so well. And I just really appreciate every one of you, and I look forward to serving you again in Lansing. But my work here with the commission will continue, because we will continue to work together for the betterment of Lenawee County. So I look forward to that. Thank you.
Special presentation, Sam Buford Woodworking by Luke Barnett. Afternoon.
Okay, Commission Chairman, thanks for having me. My name is Luke Barnett. I'm the president of the Sam Buford Woodworking Institute. The purpose of my presentation today is, first of all, I want to make everyone aware of the Sam Buford Woodworking Institute. I want to talk a little bit about what we do, and I want to talk about our vision for the future in Lenawee County. So the easiest way to understand what we do, we are a nonprofit post-secondary trades college, accredited. And we train students for careers in the forest products industry. And to realize what the forest products industry is, all you simply have to do is look around. Most of the buildings made out of wood, that's the forest products industry. And the forest products industry in Michigan, according to the DNR, is valued at $26.5 billion. And to put that into perspective, the entire education budget from pre-K to post-secondary that was signed in by Governor Whitmer is $23 billion. So it's a massive industry. Over 50% of our land mass is covered in forest, and Michigan wants to sell it and promote it, and it's very profitable. So we've been around for about 7 years, and we've done some pretty phenomenal things at an institutional level. So this is an internationally public mathematical formula that was developed at our institution. What this does, this formula simplifies very complex geometric building problems, and we were the first to do it, internationally published. This is a spiral king post truss. We were the first in the world to ever do this. Not only does it look cool, but this all meets all tensile stress requirements for timber frame and truss design, engineering, and manufacturing. The last cool thing we did, we played a very small part in the restoration project at Notre Dame Cathedral that just opened up. And basically what happened was when it burned down in 2019, I'm sure a lot of people heard there was rumors going around that 1, they didn't have enough trees to restore it, and 2, people didn't have the skills to restore it. Both of those are wrong. We have enough trees in 20% of Lenawee County to restore it, and you wouldn't even notice that they were gone. We also have the skills. 2 groups, one in the United States and one in France, got together and said, hey, we're going to prove that people still have the skills. So it was Carpenters Without Borders in France and Hands House Studio, along with the collaborating institutions on the screen, got together, cut down trees, used axes, and built a replica of the truss. This is where the truss was raised in front of the Senate building in 2021. Again, that's the Senate building, and then that's the National Building Museum there on the left. It's the same truss. The one on the right is just, it's brand new. The one on the left is after it sits outside for a little bit. That same exact truss was raised in Adrian, Michigan, and on Father's Day weekend, 2023. That's it right there for the community. And then most recently, we raised it in downtown Ann Arbor, took a group of students up there. So this trust was used to prove to the French government that it could be done, and they even went so far as to send the lead architect over to examine the trust. Remy Fremont is his name. So he climbed on this exact truss, allowed us to use his drawings, and we were able to reconstruct it. And ultimately they decided we're not going to use steel and concrete. We are going to do it the traditional way. There it is again in Adrian. So here's some other examples of our successes. We've had multiple students win international woodworking contest, multiple staff listed in international contest. And our institution is recognized as by many sources as the top furniture making program in the world. And this is why. This is an example of some of our work. This is Adam Davies. Now, all these students that I'm about to show you had no skills whatsoever when they came in, never ran a saw, and this is what they're producing after 1 year. This is Adam, came from London. This is Armando, came from Erie, New Mexico. Armando graduated last year, and he's so particularly talented, we kept him around, and now he's on staff. This is Carolyn. Amazing stuff. And the list goes on and on and on. This is stuff that students are producing right away. So because of this, we have earned this international reputation. This is the team behind it, including board, staff members, some consultants. This is a little bit of history. We started with absolutely nothing in a building that we got from the city of Adrian for $1 a year, slowly built it up. Our gross revenue this year, it will be close to $1 million. So we've done this since 2018. Here's our stats from last year, 20 graduates of the program. Some of the key stats are a 100% employment rate. That's third party verified and verified by the ACCSC. We are accredited by the ACCSC, which is a recognized accrediting commission by the U.S. Department of Education. 80% of our students relocate to Adrian. So that means they're coming from London, England, Los Angeles, and they come and live in Adrian for a year. And then we try to keep them around. Our continuing ed courses, so about 90% of them are approved by the American Institute of Architects. So architects can come take these classes and get the required continuing education credits. We have one of these going on right now. We have 2 students from Finland, one from Wisconsin, one from Texas, and one from somewhere else. These students are coming and staying in Adrian for 7 days, staying in our hotels, providing economic development opportunities. Okay. So that's what we've done in the past. And now I'm going to talk about what we're going to do in the future. So for our program that starts in September 1st, 2025, we're going to have to turn away 5 students for every one that we can accept. So the demand is much higher than the supply, and that's due to our capacity. We want to be able to provide those opportunities for people, and we have a plan to do it. So what makes us a little bit different is that skilled trades, we all know there's a shortage, and people are trying a lot of different strategies. Kids are still choosing to go to college to get degrees that in most cases are unnecessary. Well, what we're doing that's different than everybody else, we are offering the traditional college experience, but only dedicated to carpentry or woodworking. And we can cram 4 years of education into one by knocking out the meaningless classes that people don't need. And we want to grow to 200 students per year over the next 20 years. And in the next 4 years, we want to grow to 60 students per year. We're going to do that from going from a single building to a residential campus that offers all these things, places to gather, a traditional residential college experience. This is a very powerful quote. This was Logan Whitmer from Popular Woodworking Magazine. So that's the international publication for woodworking. He came and spent a week with us. And this is something he mentioned while I was gone. And I was very moved by this because this is the whole idea right here. And he was able to capture it. Okay. So our enrollment growth project is going to be a $16 million investment over the next 5 years, creates 15 full-time jobs, gets us to 60 graduates per year. So the priority areas were site selection, campus design, and to secure funding. Everything in green has already been complete. Everything in red still need to start. So these things are closely tied together. First, we're going to talk about the design. So we've hired the collaborative, which I believe did a lot of the work, was involved with the restoration of this building that we're in now. Great team. And the idea is to build a campus in the trees. We painstakingly selected a location. We had a lot of options, looked around. We ultimately decided that Adrian is the place that we need to be for this very reason. The collaboration with the other colleges is essential and a huge advantage to us, the students, and the colleges themselves. So we fought to get a location here in Adrian. Here's the location. We were recently granted an option to purchase this. from the Adrian City Commission. To kind of orient you, that's the tech center there in the lower left corner of the screen. Here's the long-term master plan of where we want to be. I had to be very specific about the spot, and I would not consider anything less because it's very important that the students get a life-changing experience, just like most people that go to college. And it has to be connected to nature because that's what our students want. As we all know, Jeff Docking used sports to attract students. Our students aren't football players. They're attracted to outdoor activities. This is phase one. This is the $16 million project. And here's what it looks like. This is a rendering from the backside. As you'll notice, it's buried in the woods, lots of glass to connect the indoors to the outdoors. So we've already secured $4.2 million in funding, and our strategy going forward is to work with federal, state, local philanthropy, and finance a portion of it. Okay, time for questions.
Commissioner Bolton.
I know in the back of that lot, it's got that special forest that's back there where they don't mow the lawn or anything like that. That will remain undisturbed, correct?
I'm not aware with what you're talking about.
Okay, there are some special trees. I can't remember what type they are. But there is a long history behind it and that they're very rare. So just to let you kind of be aware of that. So.
Okay,
thank you.
yeah. So I will say it's an old growth forest, which the definition of that is anything over 50 years old. It's domestic lumber, so oak, maple, hickory, stuff like that. We've had a forester out there take a look. Unfortunately, we will have to cut down some of the trees, but we are going to do it in the highest and best use way possible. In fact, we are going to incorporate some of the trees back into the building as not only structural, but aesthetically pleasing portions of the building. The goal is not to cut down the trees. The goal is to integrate the campus into the trees.
I just want to say I'm very excited about this project. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Luke, the ask is,
What I'm seeking from the Lenawee County Commission is two things. One, we would like a statement of support for our federal and state fundraising efforts that we will be doing. And also we would like to get recognition as the third college, fourth college, depending on how you count it, located in Adrian and Lenawee County. We are in fact a college as defined by the U.S. Department of Education, the state of Michigan, our students, our parents, our staff members, and we would like the community to start recognizing us as that as well.
and working with staff, the administrative staff and Mr. Barnett, knowing what the ask was, we put together a potential resolution of support from the County Board of Commissioners, and I would ask the clerk to please read the proposed
Sure.
proclamation.
Okay, it's titled Proclamation in Support of the Sam Buford Woodworking Institute and its Enrollment Growth Project. Whereas Lenawee County is committed to fostering educational excellence, supporting workforce development, and encouraging community growth through diverse and innovative educational opportunities. And whereas the Sam Buford Woodworking Institute has demonstrated a commitment to providing high-quality educational programs in the forest products industry, carpentry, furniture design, and related fields, significantly contributing to the economic and cultural development of Lenawee County. And whereas SBWI is accredited by the Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges, a recognized accrediting agency of the U.S. Department of Education, and offers structured curricula, qualified instruction, and recognized certifications, fulfilling the criteria of an educational institute. And whereas the growth and expansion of SBWIS programs enhance the educational landscape of Lenawee County, promote workforce readiness, and support economic development by equipping students with valuable skills in artisan trades and technical fields. And whereas SBWI's Enrollment Growth Project aims to expand the Institute's capacity to educate more students, further increasing access to education and workforce development opportunities that benefit the entire community. Therefore, the Lenawee County Commission proudly recognizes the Sam Buford Woodworking Institute for its outstanding contributions to education, workforce development, and community growth. The commission expresses its support for SBWI's Enrollment Growth Project and commends its efforts to enhance educational opportunities and strengthen the county's economy through innovation and skilled trades training. Lenawee County remains steadfast in its support of initiatives that enrich our community and advance the goals of higher education and vocational excellence.
Is there a motion and support?
So move.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bolton. Is there support? Support by Commissioner Jenkins Arno. Discussion. Commissioner Collins.
No questions on the motion, but I just want to commend you. You've not been out here that long, and you made some giant strides in a short period of time. This is quite an undertaking. I mean, it's not like you want to make a woodwork shop twice the size of the woodwork shop. This is way beyond that, and I commend you for that.
So it's a much needed thing, the demand is there, and everybody knows.
Luke, is your mic on? Your mic's on?
It is now.
Any other discussion? I know working with Luke, there's a lot of tenacity there in getting these things done. I mean, he's chief full charge there moving forward. Any other discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno. Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis is absent. Commissioner Stimson.
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Van Doren.
Yes,
Commissioner Bales. Commissioner Bolton.
Yes.
8 yeas, 1 absent.
resolution passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And good luck.
Thank you.
We'll wait to hear from you as you get moving forward. Approval of the consent agenda for December would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Bolton. Discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Jenkins Arno. Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis is absent. Commissioner Stimson. Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Van Doren.
Yes,
Commissioner Bales. Commissioner Bolton.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
8 yeas, 1 absent.
motion passes. Standing committee reports, accounts payable, Commissioner Collins.
Accounts payable met only one time since the previous commission meeting, as we are doing year end at the end of this month. But the accounts payable met on the 14th of November. Total vouchers were submitted in the amount of $3,569,582.76, of which the general fund was $301,594.16. I move for approval.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carried. Continue on with criminal justice, Commissioner Collins.
Criminal justice met on December 5th in these chambers. Minutes are in your packet. There was some serious discussion on the opioid distribution of funds and how those are accomplished and how they are let out, and additional funding available possibly through the state. Sheriff discussed his new hires. Medical examiner indicated that November was a relatively low month for them, but they are involved in career programs in the schools, and the courts have a giving tree for people in need. Additional information in your packets.
Questions for Commissioner Collins? Thank you, Terry. Human Services, Commissioner Bolton.
Thank you. We met on December 2nd. Under the Health Department report, immunization clinics are currently available by appointment. Plus, also a drug take-back day was held recently, resulting in 762 pounds of medication being collected. In total, during 2024, 1,140 pounds of medication were taken back, along with 16 Sharps containers. Department on Aging, in Carrie Rubatero's report, various statistics from the year were listed. They prepare 1,169 meals per day that are served and delivered to individual homes. 39 individual volunteers are needed to deliver the meals each day. With the help of 20 volunteers, over 8,000 miles have been driven to transport clients to medical appointments. Home care services were provided to 734 individuals in their home with a total of 27,025 hours of service. 7,000 hours of adult care were provided with the Daybreak program. And Carrie is working with Triad to reduce the victimization and elder abuse. Francine Zisk, our community development, included a PowerPoint that she presented and used at the National Human Services Organization, where she highlighted a decade of opioid use. That word catches me every time. She talked about Project Connect. Broadband is still having meetings, and she is still coordinating the selling of land-based properties. This winter is the 9th year of accepting donations for the unhoused. This year, she is gathering sleeping bags and or blankets. And there was some discussion about the data available for Narcan use. With that, I just want to remind everyone that the County Commission Scholarship is accepting donations from the various commissions for the year 2025.
Questions? Thank you, Casey. IT Equalization Commissioner Krasny.
IT and Equalization Committee met Thursday, December 5th at 11 a.m. With Commissioners Jenkins, Zarno, and Commissioners Tillotson present. It was a rather light meeting with some updates, but some of the important stats that we went over was with our communications team and coordinator Jennifer Ambrose. Live streaming statistics show close to 1,500 views of these meetings year to date. 250,000 users have visited the website. 42% have used a desktop, and the majority used mobile phones. 3,700 social media posts were made this year, and 2,000 messages were received year to date. 2 million impressions. Mass emails sent for over 100,000 year to date, with an open email rate of 44%, which is above the industry average by far. But that's about everything, Mr. Chairman. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Commissioner Krasny. Questions? Thank you. Personnel, Ways and Means, Commissioner Collins.
Personnel Ways and Means met yesterday. All information from that meeting was in the consent agenda, which was approved earlier today.
Questions? Thank you, Commissioner Collins. Policies and Procedures, Commissioner Jenkins Arnold.
Yes, Policy and Procedure met December 2nd. We went over quite a few policies. The first was environmental policy, which is found on page 72 of your packet. We updated the language to change that from the Green Initiative policy to environmental, kind of bringing that more up to date and just basically tweaking a few things, but keeping the intent of the policy in place. So I would like to move that we, as a commission, accept the recommendation of the committee on the environmental policy.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jenkins Arnold, supported by Commissioner Bolton. Discussion, Commissioner Stimson.
Just one question, and I assume the answer, but I just want to make sure I'm not assuming too much. These have been cleared by both the administrator's office as well as legal counsel, right? All the policies? Because that's your normal course.
What's this? Say it again.
All the policies that you're proposing, and there looks like there's 6 of them or so.
Yeah.
They've all gone to legal counsel and been cleared, and the
Yeah.
admin been cleared. Okay, thanks.
The only one that we're still working on, which we're not bringing forward today, is the FOIA policy, and the Corporation Council is still working on that one. So we are not bringing that forward today.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carried.
The second policy we worked on was the personnel handbook, and that has been thoroughly reviewed by the HR director and our committee. And a few changes were made, but it's substantially the same. So I would like to make a motion to accept the personnel handbook recommendation made by the committee.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jenkins Arnold, supported by Commissioner Bolton. Discussion. Again, they were reviewed by Mr. Galuli, correct? All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Okay, the next set of policies kind of all go together. So I would like to, Mr. Chairman, if that's okay, put these together as one motion.
Is there any objection?
So we have the non-discrimination on the basis of disability, citizen participation plan, economic opportunities for section 3, grievance procedure and fair housing policy. These were all basically recommended without changes. There are a few tweaks, but it was basically as is. So I would like to make a motion to recommend all these policies by the commission.
Second. I have a motion by Commissioner Jenkins Arno, supported by Commissioner Bolton. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carried.
And as I said, the FOIA policy, we brought it up for a discussion. There was a lot of discussion on that policy, but that will be brought before the commission, before the committee next year. So that's all we had for this year.
Questions for Commissioner Jenkins Arno? I just want to say thank you, Nancy. I mean, you just did a yeoman's job of moving through all of those and getting through the entire packet in a minimal amount of time. So great job on that. Thank you very much for reviewing all those and the committee. And any other questions? Okay, Physical Resources, Commissioner Krasny.
Physical Resource Committee met Thursday, December 5th, and we talked a lot about different stuff in policy and procedures, that's for sure. It was a great meeting. Superintendent Meehan gave us an overview of his budget. And Drain Commission, Deputy Drain Commissioner Ed Scheffler was present, and he discussed the Rollin Woodstock project that is being completed. We talked about Marie Spears campus renovations. So far, over 4,900 work hours have been put in and 20% of the project is completed. We had a vehicle request for the Equalization Department. Their vehicle is failing right now, so we approved that. And then when we had an ARPA project for the jail, and it's to renovate the jail booking area, which will address safety and security issues and provide a more effective and efficient use of the space. And then we had some smaller approvals for various cooking equipment and a freezer for Marie Spears campus. And that is all, Mr. Chairman. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions? Thank you, Commissioner Krasny. Rules and appointments, Commissioner Martis is not here. The information's in your packet, and I believe everyone's here at the meeting. So any questions on rules and appointments? Thank you. Board appointment reports, Ag Advisory Land Use is in suspension at call the chair. Airport Commissioner, Commissioner Bales.
Thank you. Airport Commission met on Monday, December 2nd. I want to give Thomas kudos. He's doing an awesome job out there. He's all ready for winter. We don't want to say that, the S word, but he's getting ready for that. Meet and Hunt, they've been working with the homeowners. That'll take up most of January. They're working on appraisals with trees and without trees. So that'll be going on in January. And I want to bring attention to the commissioners. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the airport packet. It wasn't in our board packet, but it was in the committee packet. But Thomas, when he went to one of his conferences, he learned that Michigan Airport Economic Benefits has an analysis tool, and he brought that before us. And that's the first time that we've seen that. And, you know, we talk about a lot of the economic impact. And if you get a chance, look through that packet just to see how that impacts us, how the airport does impact us. You know, just real quick, you know, as far as a direct impact with jobs, you know, that's 47 jobs that they list out here. And then labor income locally, it's over $2 million, slightly over that. And as far as local output, $12,257,000 is that economic impact that we have. And that was from last year. That's not from 2024. So when you get a chance, look at that. I mean, I know Commissioner Collins, you mentioned in there. Yeah, and we are all shocked and we don't realize the gem that we have out there. And Thomas is doing a great job. So that's all for the airport.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. You're right, it was eye-opening to see that.
Mhm.
What was the state impact on
The
that?
state impact was 18,923,000.
Amazing. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Any other questions for Commissioner Bales? Thank you. On Community Action Agency, Commissioner Stimson?
Community Action Agency met last week at their annual Joint Policy Board and Community Action Agency Board meeting. Had a presentation from Conrad, I believe is his first name, doing a lot with single fathers in the Tri-County area. But otherwise, it was a pretty normal meeting, business meeting.
Questions? Thank you, Dave. Community Mental Health, Commissioner Stimson.
Also met a little while back now, and they are mostly, again, business stuff, nothing in particular. They did address some of the concerns that were raised at our board meeting last month by McCullough Vargas representatives under public comment. Although they were not there for that meeting. So that, and then some labor issues, so.
Questions? Thank you. Commissioner Stimson, Planning Commission, Commissioner Bolton.
Thank you. Met on November 21st, and the only thing that we had was one PA 116 in Blissfield Township.
Questions? Thank you, KZ. Department on Aging, Commissioner Bolton.
I did not attend because of the Community Action Agency meeting. Commissioner Collins, do you have anything in regards to that?
Well, the minutes are in your packet, but I will tell you that probably the lion's share of the meeting was concerns that the membership had about moving the meeting from the Human Services building to here. How do I get up there? Will they be able to hear them? Can they hear me? A great deal, all of which I explained and said there won't be a problem. But that and one member resigning, election of new officers, but the bulk of the meeting was the discussion about the move of the meeting.
Well, questions? Thank you, Commissioner Collins. Department of Health and Human Services, Commissioner Bolton.
Thank you. I had a Michigan Work Southeast meeting during that time period, so I did not attend those two meetings.
Emergency 911 District Board, Commissioner Collins.
911 board met on the 14th of November. An explanation was given further about the CAD to CAD system. That's a dispatch capability between currently Lenawee County and Jackson County, where they can have continuous dispatch. If somebody is chasing a car, for example, in Jackson, and they enter Lenawee County can pick it right up and continue the dispatch operation for the vehicle and multiple other things. They're also working with Jackson County. I understand Sheriff is being a part of this, CAD to CAD, or excuse me, Hillsdale County, part of CAD to CAD. They're updating the lien system or talent system. Lien, for those who don't know, is the Law Enforcement Information Network. The Sheriff Department will be taking alarms on a specific basis, and there was a big hoorah because the surcharge passed in the election. That'd be it.
Questions? Thank you, Terry. Health Board, Commissioner Collins.
Let me get here. Health Board met on November 20th. Further discussion, KZ covered most of the information on the drug take back and the other programs in the health department in her report. There was a discussion on Dr. Shernan's contract. There was an indication that there was an increase in respiratory problems in the county, particularly among youth. And they were conducting FEMA training at the facility shortly after that meeting. Balance is in your packet.
Questions? Thank you, Terry. Homeland Security and Emergency Planning, Commissioner Collins.
Homeland Security did not meet since the last board meeting. We'll be meeting next Tuesday in these chambers.
Thank you. Land Bank Authority, Commissioner Jenkins Arno.
The Land Bank met November 19th. I was not able to attend, but the minutes are in your packet on page 105.
Thank you. Questions? Transportation, Commissioner Tillotson.
Everything seems to be moving quite well. You do see the black buses. They're all part of that really, as well as Dial-A-Ride and Lenawee Transportation. Everything seems to be going fine. Don't happen to have the figures, but I believe they put 20,000 miles on them buses since the last meeting, so they're,
Moving along.
yeah, and because of that, they're reaching out further.
Good.
Yep.
Questions? Thank you, Ralph. Mac Finance and General Government, there was no meeting, correct?
It was canceled.
And Judiciary, Public Safety?
MAC Judiciary and Public Safety met November 25th. We had a presentation from Bear River Health Mid-Michigan Youth Outreach. Essentially, this entity purchased the former Kirtland College campus in Roscommon. The plan is a phased approach to bring 400 youth beds online, as well as college training and things of that nature, education, mental health, substance use disorder treatment, and create 195 new jobs. This project is in the infancy stage. Again, very new. They are looking at a more of a diversion program. So looking at, this will be a non-secure facility. So looking at capturing young people who are struggling within their communities or in their homes, capturing them and getting them into a program which lasts about 6 months to 1 year.
Sorry for not introducing you, Deputy Administrator Elliott. So any questions? Thank you, Shannon. Marie Spear Campus, Commissioner Collins.
Great Spear Campus met on December 4th. At the time, there were 18 residents at campus. Construction, as Casey reported earlier, is ongoing and a little bit behind what they said, but that's to be expected with the weather. They expect to keep going on. Two positive or two kind of feel-good events. One, they reported, well, we had a Christmas program presented to the board from the residents out there. It was interesting to see the difference between those who did not really want to do it because they talked like this when they were given their stuff and you couldn't hear anything they were saying, and those that liked us being in front of an audience, they were belting it out and everybody. But it was interesting and fun to watch for the kids. Secondly, Granger, the overseer, kind of, if you look for this program, they have a program at the campus for foster kids, and Granger became aware of this, and through Granger and their subsidiaries, they came into the director's office and handed him a check. Unsolicited by anybody in the county, they handed him a check and said, "Let us take care of your foster kids for it." And it was a sizable check. Other than that information is in your packet.
Questions? Nice of Granger, thank you. Parks Commission, Commissioner Tillotson, I don't think there was a meeting.
And we didn't meet last month. We're supposed to meet this Monday. There's not much on the agenda, so we were gonna start in January. There is a grant that they're working on, and we'll know more in January about that.
Questions? Thank you, Ralph. Region 2 Planning, Ralph, Commissioner Tillotson.
Yeah, that's all right. Anyway, we meet every other month, so we've met, the last month, there was not a meeting this month.
Thank you. Questions? Solid Waste Management, Commissioner Stimson.
Solid waste met last week. Essentially, there's been zero help from the state on the required adoption of the plans. They've provided no guidance other than to say they don't have guidance, and they don't expect to provide any guidance. Just helpful. But the committee did approve a plan that laid out the goals that they had been working on for quite some time. It was supposed to, under the original adoption, be done within 6 months, which would have been basically January 1. And so that it's available if necessary and they require it, but they don't require it because they haven't got plans or guidance. So it's very circular in their logic, but nevertheless, they're moving forward with a lot and they're collecting quite a bit of data.
Questions? Thank you, Commissioner Stimson. Substance Abuse Disorder Oversight Board.
That met today. I was unable to be to that meeting. Have a report down the road.
Thank you, Ralph.
Mhm.
Triad, Commissioner Bolton.
Our meeting on December 2nd was canceled.
Okay. Michigan Townships Association, Commissioner Morris isn't here. Anybody else attend? Road Commissioner out here. Veterans Affairs, Commissioner Collins.
Veterans Affairs have not met this month, that I reported out on the November meeting last month, but the information from last month is in your packet. Just a report out on all the activities, all the committees those the staff attended. There was staggering, but of note is that it is the first time since that staff can remember there were no VRF applications, no PRF applications, no vet fuel applications, and no Meyer food card applications. Zero given out. Plus there's one member retiring has retired now. So there'll be an opening on the VA board. At the time of the meeting, there were no applicants, as I understand it. Now there are two. I believe there are two applicants.
Yeah. Wow. Questions? Thank you, Commissioner Collins. Unfinished business. New business, organizational meeting, January 3rd, 2024 at 10 o'clock. If that's agreeable with everyone, the chair would entertain a motion to hold the reorganization meeting.
What time?
10 o'clock.
That's fine. I would so move.
Motion by Commissioner Collins,
Support.
supported by Commissioner Krasny. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. The reorganization will be held the 3rd of January, 10 a.m. here in the chamber. January meetings, would like to push them back 1 week due to the calendar and how they fall. And so we looked at the calendar, and if we just had all the committees move back 1 week and then Ways and Means and Commission move back 1 week for the month of January only, probably all of the committees would be able to meet. So is there a motion to do that?
For discussion, I will move.
Okay, that's a motion. Motion by Commissioner Collins,
Support.
support by Commissioner Krasny. Discussion, Commissioner Stimson.
I appreciate the thought process behind that, but my day job as an active attorney, I'm scheduling in 2026. So a year out. I can't move things around. I have trials scheduled at that moved time. I purposely know when our meetings are going to be, and I can plan around those meetings. They're always the second week of the month. So I purposely avoid putting court hearings on those meetings. With 30 days notice, there's no way for me to move those around. And so my district then, unfortunately, because of a desire to move meetings around that isn't our typical calendar, would be unrepresented at the first meetings of the year of our new commission. I think that if we just don't have a lot going on in that first week, which is what it would appear we would have in January, in the first few days of January, you can simply cancel those meetings if there's not a lot of work or push them to the February meeting. I'm not clear why we need to move everything back a week. It's just really hard to plan around that. We've never done that in 22 years that I've been on this board.
Yeah, we have. We did it beginning, but that's neither here nor there. But the rationale behind that is that new commissioners would have an opportunity. As you know, we like them to attend meetings, and they're paid to come to meetings, so many at the beginning of the year. We give them an opportunity when there's not a lot of business going on to appreciate those meetings. And I appreciate the fact that, you know, you have a scheduling problem, but there's still business to take care of at the county level. Commissioner Collins.
I understand the logic in moving maybe the first week or two, but do we still need to move the end of the month? forward?
No, after,
Are there
after,
any committees that meet the last week? So we're pushing those into February?
no. Just the first 2 weeks
So we're just moving the first 2 weeks a week ahead.
back, correct.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Tillotson?
Well, my district, I won't have any trouble with the second week. I can understand Stimson's problem in Tecumseh Township and city of Tecumseh. But really, I don't really understand there's very little business done from today through the first meeting of reorganization. Reorganization is just what it's reorganizing. We're gonna get a chair, we're gonna get a vice chair. Beyond that, we probably won't do a lot, which there's nothing wrong with. Because who becomes chair and vice chair will then work on committees. Those committees, and what I'm leading into is there's really not an awful lot to happen for the first 2 weeks. I would like to see everybody represented. It is not my problem, but it is a concern. You know, and I can appreciate the fact that in certain businesses, it's a little, you don't have to be a lawyer. If you was milking cows and you was milking them at 10 o'clock in the morning, and in today's world, you milk 3 times a day. So I don't want you guys to say, oh, well, farmer don't do it in the middle of the day. Most of these farmers do it all day. Beyond that, I can see where in some occupations, it could become a problem. I'm not an attorney, but I can appreciate the fact that if he's representing me and I've got a date set, there's 2 things that really would make me extremely disgusted. And that would be him telling me he couldn't meet after I'd waited in line 6 months, and the judge telling me that he ain't gonna do it because he's got a toothache. And that's happened quite often. So from the standpoint of that, I really think it's important that all 9 people representing their district should be at the first meeting. I really don't understand what's happening. It can't happen that week. In the past, I have seen us have a chairman and have a vice chair, and then we meet back the 3rd week to have our meetings. In fact, we could have 2 meetings in the month if we needed to, so that all people could be represented. I think that first meeting is important. And Mr. Stimson and I are reasonably good friends, but I'm good friends with everybody here. And I don't want you to think that I'm standing up for just a person. I'm standing up for a district. And I don't want to mess you guys up at all, but I can see the urgency that we meet the second week. And that's one reason we meet, to get a chair to reorganize, is prior to that meeting.
Any other? Commissioner Bolton?
There are 3 meetings that are impacted by the organizational meeting being on Friday, correct? That's the criminal justice, the physical resources, and the IT. So is there any possibility of having those 3 meetings at the call of the chair, if necessary, during that time?
Well, we'll have to, if the motion doesn't pass, we'll have to figure some way. We'll talk with the chair and see what we're going to do. So yes, Commissioner Collins.
Just for some clarification, are we referring only to the standing committee meetings?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Not all meetings.
standing committees.
So,
Right.
so
Any other discussion? Commissioner Stimson.
And I'm not trying to monopolize this, and I appreciate the kind words, but it's not just that. There's a consistency that people rely upon of us always having things at the same time. Municipalities pass aspects within their own ranks that have to be then approved at the county ranks. When we start altering that schedule around, it really throws off a lot of that. I don't see a compelling reason to change that date if it's simply a matter of 2 subcommittee meetings. And then that's what it sounds like, because physical resources would be on the first Monday of the month, which I believe would be the 6th, which would be right before our meeting. And then it would be after,
Fiscal resources is first Thursday.
which the first Monday, IT?
Then the Thursday.
Policies and procedures and human services.
Okay, I'm sorry. They've moved around since I've sat on any of those subcommittees. But again, it's subcommittee work that ultimately can be handled by this board at the regular meeting. It's not that imperative to have those subcommittee aspects. So it really is a lot more important to have everybody here and have everybody have a consistency from the municipalities that can count on when those are. The public that watches us knows when we meet. So I really think that you're doing a disservice if you move that around. So that's just my thoughts.
Commissioner Collins.
just comment, the committees other than the standing committees, they will either reschedule, adjourn, or postpone in and of themselves.
Right.
The board won't be operating that way. We're
Right.
talking only about the standing committees, which, as I said, may affect 3, 4.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Tillotson.
Well, in the past, generally speaking, after the chair and the vice chair have been elected, we could have a recess, go back into session, okay? At that time, generally, the chairman will speak and say that they're going to work on the committees and that all committees will serve the same until the committees are set. Correct?
That's correct.
Okay, very good. Maybe that would help our thinking. I thank you for your time.
Well, if the motion doesn't pass, the chairmans of those committees will make decisions on how, if they're going to meet or if they're going to postpone. So.
Sure, thank you.
One last thing, if you give me
Sure.
permission.
Go ahead.
I mean, the committees aren't really even approved until we approve them at rules and appointments. So they're not approved until the board meeting anyway. That's the confirmation process. I mean, you can make nominations. That's what you do as the chairperson, but they're not actually approved until the whole body of the whole accepts those nominations. So again, I'm not sure what we're really adjourning for.
Okay, any other questions? Hearing none,
Roll call, please.
we'll have a roll call vote.
Commissioner Krasny?
Yes.
Commissioner Martis is absent. Commissioner Stimson?
No.
Commissioner Tillotson?
No,
Commissioner Van Doren?
Yes.
Commissioner Bales? Commissioner Bolton?
No,
Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Jenkins Arno? Yes. We have 4 yeas and 4 nays.
Motion is defeated. Tied motion is defeated. So the committee chairs will make those decisions of what they're going to do. So thank you for the good discussion to have here as we move forward into 2025. So thank you, everyone, for that. Public comment. Yes. Please, name, address, and
Yeah, my name is Matt Whitty from Raisin Township. I didn't put in a piece of paper, but I appreciate you.
when you get through, Matt, just fill one of those out for the clerk if you would.
Yeah, be happy to.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I think the proclamation for the election workers, clerks, and inspectors and poll workers that was provided today was very well deserved. And, I've stood up here in the past and spoken about elections. And I do want to congratulate everybody in the room that does that work. And although I probably have a rather not positive aura about me because I've stood up and commented on things in the past, I don't mean to, I want to support everybody in the room. I participated in the election as a voter this year. Certainly very satisfied with the experience. And, I think in this county, we run fantastic elections according to state law. Where my continued vigilance will continue to focus is the matter that I don't think our state law protects our elections the way they should. We can run a perfect election in this county, and I still don't think the results, because of the complexities of the systems that we use. And I feel, I'm not here to talk about myself, but I will say I'm a doctorate in systems engineering, and I understand complex systems very well, better than the average person. And when I look at data that I receive from the elections, we can see trends, not only in Lenawee County, but throughout the state that are very unnatural. And like I say, to my notion, it's that our state laws don't protect our rights as citizen voters. And it's not that who gets to vote. We certainly want everybody that's eligible and desires to vote to come in and vote. And I've never had a problem with that. I don't know of too many people that have. I believe we do a great job. The difficulty becomes when we are over-registered, and again, it's not at our, not at the local level. If we controlled our elections locally rather than at the centralized as they currently are, I think we would do a much better job of controlling our voter rolls, for instance. Elections for the last several years have been run with more than 100% of the voting age population registered to vote before the election happens. I'll just leave that comment where it stands. Recognize things of that sort really bother a technical person like me. I'm going to continue to work forward. What I actually want to do is send Nancy Jenkins Arno off to Lansing, understanding that our state legislature has control of these sorts of laws, and she is now a representative. Moving from here back to the legislature, it's a great place to have her. Nancy, if you have any opportunity to address election law, I'm a common citizen, but I have very much technical background that, to my analysis of election law, people such as myself haven't been part of creating election law as it currently stands. I'd love to support you if we can make changes. I think there's a lot that can be done to improve our election situation. And as a concerned citizen, I'd like to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Whitty. Any other public comment? Public comment. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Bolton.
Thank you. It has been my honor and privilege to serve the constituents of Lenawee County these past 22 years. I want to thank those who have put their trust in me and have continued to support me, even though our thoughts might have been on different sides of an issue. There are always two sides to an issue. I have seen many changes throughout my tenure, and 98% of them better for the county. I have seen a new jail being built with the earth impactors pounding the ground to install the pylons the building sits on. I witnessed the walls rise and sat through discussions about the interior design. I have seen renovations to the new sheriff's office, making the office more efficient and effective. I watched as walls were torn down with water being poured on by a huge hose on the work continuously. I watched while the bobcats moved around on the inside, removing debris as though they were spiders and peeping out of their little holes. I have seen the public defender's and clerk's office start out as flex space for renovations and become what it is now. I participated in the rethinking of the coroner's office because of the loss of the morgue at Bixby and watched the partnership grow between Hilton Jackson and Hillsdale. I was part of the purchase of the Bales property and the relocation of the Drain Commission equipment to the site. I have seen upgrades to the airport with Hazel at the yoke with a longer runway and now more hangars. Also, when the airport took over the maintenance of the poorhouse cemetery. I witnessed reorganization of the Register of Deeds and remonumentation of the records and renovation of this beautiful courthouse twice. This last time was like an excavation of whispers from the past. Old wallpaper, windows, our coffered ceiling in this room, and the replacement of our beautiful leaded glass dome that was brought to Adrian from Toronto. What a time we had removing one of the old safes that was in the basement next to the treasurer's office. But we wanted to restore as much of the beauty that was hidden, but update it to our modern standards that were so badly needed. I think this is the jewel in our county. I had only one request, that we did not replace the spittoons in the hallway. Maurice Bear campus is on the radar now. I am proud to say that I witnessed the extraordinary collaboration between the campus and the Department on Aging to join together envisioning a kitchen that will serve both campus and the congregate and home delivered meals for the Department on Aging. Carrie and Rod have been inspirational as they have planned out what was needed to serve both. In addition, the new build will serve the campus and their needs for the older youth. In the next 5 years or so, a decision will be made regarding the newer courthouse. I am excited to see what will happen. During my 22 years, I have been guided by 4 administrators, each with their own strengths, and have moved our county forward at their own speed and with their talents. But none of the administrators have excited me as much as our current administrator, Kim Murphy. She has had the opportunity to view the administration department as an assistant with a critical eye and has revamped the department to be reflective and proactive to the needs of our community and county business. I am proud and confident that Kim and her staff will take our county thoughtfully researched and thoroughly vetted into our future and how we can serve our constituents best. I wish Kim and her staff continued success and diligence in fulfilling their office. I also want to thank each and every employee for your support through the years. I appreciate the time you have taken with me to tour, explain, complain, and let me know what's what. It helped me to grow as a commissioner. With that, I want to thank you, Jim, for the confidence you have placed in me, and to each of you, the commissioners, for your friendship to me and your loyalty to the community. I wish the commission continued success in the future. Over the years, I have met new commissioners and have many as good friends. I wish to do the same with you. Finally, I want to thank the community in District 5, as well as the communities throughout Lenawee County. I not only represented District 5, but was equally proud to represent Lenawee County, both at home and throughout our state and nation. Your support has been exceptional. Thank you very much for the privilege and honor.
Thank you, KZ. I think we all appreciate your loyalty to Lenawee County in this position, and thank you very much for, you were always the person I could go to when we needed somebody to fill in or somebody to help out. So, and don't forget, I mean, you're always welcome to come back to future commission meetings and pray for us. We love your praying, so come back anytime. And as KZ is asked to be appointed, she's been a member of the Department of Aging ever since she's been here. And so there's been an opening in her district because she serves as a commissioner. And so now she's going to be serving her district on the Department of Aging. We'll be looking at that nomination in the January meeting. So we always welcome you back. So thank you for all you've done. Any other comments?
You think anybody's going to follow that?
Pardon me?
Do you think anybody's going to follow that? I don't think so.
Anybody else? If not, announcements. I have one. If any of you would like to attend on the 16th, there'll be a swearing in of all the new offices for those that can make it at 3:30 or 4? 3:30. 3:30 by our chief judge. We'll be doing the swearing in, right? Sorry about the hearing aid. I got a problem today, so. Administrator Murphy has an announcement.
This is just a reminder that this building will close at 1:30 on Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 17th, as we will be having training, and then it will open back up at 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning.
Any other announcements? If not,
Motion to adjourn.
we adjourned or? Roxanne, are we in? We in recess or adjournment? Adjournment.
I think we're adjourned.
Okay.
There we go.
Motion to adjourn. Is there support? Support by Commissioner, motion by Commissioner Bolton, supported by Commissioner Bales. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. We are adjourned till 2025.